actually the very first comic in residence we had here when we started the program at the Comedy Studio. Since then, she has released CDs, she's been on Comedy Central, she's literally traveled the world. One of my favorite people in the world. Let's welcome Ms. Erin Judge.
My name is Erin. I am a member of the LGBT community. I am a bisexual. If you don't know what that means is you're my type. Somebody asked me once, how did that happen? How did that happen? Well, one day I woke up and I said to myself, what can I do that will confuse straight people and enrage gay people? Should I denounce Beyonce? No, I love Beyonce. I know. I'll be sexually attracted to everyone. And it is, like, I feel like bisexual is almost like an old-fashioned term at this point. Like, the kids today are like, oh, I don't really see gender, I just fuck. Like, I feel like at this point calling myself bisexual is like calling myself a women's liver. You know, like I'm dating myself, which incidentally, I can do as a bisexual. No? I just want to make it clear that I'm not trying to exclude anybody. You know, like, the only pronouns that matter here are you and me, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're into plurals, that's cool. I'll make out with all of y'all. That's cool. I actually come from a sort of intergenerational LGBT family. When I was 9 years old, my mother fell in love with another woman. And my whole family moved from Brooklyn, New York to Plano, Texas. Right. Because if you're gonna go gay, go hard, right? Like, why fuck around? The North Dallas suburbs, the year is 1990. Yeah, let's do this. It's like the fucking X Games of gay people. Lesbian friends who have a book for their kids. It's called Heather Has Two Mommies. I had a book. It was called Don't Talk About Mommy's Friend at School Unless You Want to Get Sent to Baptist Foster Care. That was like, pop up. CPS worker on page 11 and cross that she was killing vampires. Just big old cross. I'm 34. I grew up in the 90s. I'm 34, which is awesome. Because I've looked like this since I was 12. Like this. Not like hugely fat, but like, you know, like sturdy, stocky, like fishwife, you know, like a strong, firm, matronly denizen of Middlemarch type of big, behind the plow. Like, you've heard of dad bod? I had like early onset mom bod. I was like, tweenbeth is what I was. I remember like being a kid, my friends would all be like, hey, let's all go to Contempo Casual, and my body would be like, let's go to Coldwater Creek. That's for mall dwellers. I remember this one time when I was 12 years old, a grown adult man asked me if I was married. Straight up. Like, a grown man was like, are you married? And I had to be like, no, sir, for I believe that all girls are entitled to an 8th grade education. Like, I went full on Malala. It's funny when you're like, you look like me. It's not like I don't get harassed on the street, I just get very cordial street harassment, you know? It's like, ma'am, you look lovely. Would you care for my dick? Like, dude, are you trying to hit this or are you trying to get exonerated? I can't tell. Ma'am, my dick? No? Withdraw. You guys are adorable. This guy's like, not sure. You seem like an international crowd. You laughed at a Malala Yousafzai joke. Congratulations, Cambridge, Massachusetts. I see some new description. You're all fancy. I realized something the last time I was in Europe. I was in Spain and I was on this walking tour in Spain. And we're walking, and the guide stops and she's like, okay, so this is this spot where many years ago there was a woman and she had a priest come to her home for dinner, but she did not have enough meat. So she chopped up her son, feed him to the priest, and when the priest realized what had happened, he throw up the boy, bring him back to life, and then everybody's so happy. I was like, Como? But that's just how they roll in Europe. They don't make any distinction between like history and myth. No, they just ball it up into one list and throw it at tourists. They're just like, yeah, welcome to Barcelona. That's where we had the Olympics, and that's where Picasso painted Guernica. And right here is where reanimated Puke Boy happened. There's a plaque. It says in English, it says, "This is the site of a peculiar miracle." I'm like one of those words. It's true. I just, in America, that's not how we do things here, right? Like we totally had. Has anyone ever been on like a ghost tour in like South Carolina or New Orleans? Or say no. It's not like this in San Francisco. But in New Orleans, they're just like, well, I don't know. But some folks say. I don't know if it's true, but I certainly have heard. Well, have I seen it? Have I seen it? Well, perhaps I've seen it. Perhaps I have seen it. Perhaps I was drunk. Perhaps I'm drunk now. $37, like that. Not in Europe. No. Not in Europe. They're like, welcome to Rome. That's the aqueducts, that's the Colosseum, and over there is where Romulus and Remus were nursed by a wolf. Excuse me? Oh, yeah. Here in Rome, our city was founded by fat twin babies raised by wild animals. Who founded your city? I don't know, I'm an American. I like a guy in a hat, I guess, right? Like I'm gonna go with white guy in a hat. And you just sort of change the hat as you go gradually across the country through the centuries. You guys are pretty funny. I had a weird experience. This guy was like, it was so out of character for me. This guy came up to me and he just sort of looked me up and down and he went, "So you're a natural redhead?" And I reached into my pants and I pulled out a baby picture. Throwback Thursday. Wow, putting the mic in the stand really brought that one together for you. I talk a lot about like sexuality and stuff in my act, but I realized recently I'm more conservative about sex than I thought that I was. Like I was talking to some friends of mine about 69. These are grown adult humans, and they were just like, oh yeah, 69, that's a great move, that's like a first date move, that's a go-to move, and I was like, hang on, friends. Because 69 is like, I've never understood the appeal under any circumstances, because it's like this, it's like, I either want to be at work or on vacation, I don't want to be getting emails from my boss while I'm at the beach, that's me time. People are weird about sex in America. I was at Whole Foods the other day in fucking River Street Whole Foods in Cambridge, Massachusetts. It was singles night. Singles night at Whole Foods. You could wear a name tag if you wanted to get hit on in the arugula aisle at Cambridge. It's fucking weird enough to have a dating night in a grocery store, plus it's Whole Foods, so it worries me, Like, what if some macrobiotic vegan and some fibromyalgia with a gluten allergy get together like a shitty baby who can't digest anything?
Amy, you can come in now.